Hey, what's up, guys? Today I wanted to talk about the best Disney experience you could ever have. Now, I want to preface this by saying I'm a huge Disney fan. I've gone to Disneyland, I've gone to Disney World, I've gone to Disneyland Hong Kong, and I've gone to Disneyland Paris. I've traveled the world. I have seen a lot that the Disney company can offer you in terms of entertainment. And I've loved every single experience. Like, I kid you not, I've gone to Disneyland more times than I can count. I've gone to and stayed at almost all the Disneyland hotels. And I truly just love the experience. Now, people ask me a lot of times, like, oh, Fabian, you've traveled so much, you've done so much, but what is your favorite experience so far? And without a doubt, and I say with all consideration to all the parks, without a doubt, my absolute favorite is a Disney cruise. But let me explain why. I started going to Disneyland in 2012, and I loved it. Like, I thought this place was truly the happiest place on earth. And I love the rides. I love going there with my friends. I love just the complete immersion into this Disney world that I had never really thought of before. I never really experienced before. I mean, you go when you're a little kid, but you don't really remember much. But going as kind of a young adult, wow, it blew my mind. Now, I went to Disneyland maybe about 5 times a year during that period. And that might be considered a lot, considered a little, depending on who you are, depending on where you live. But I loved it, and that really made me fall in love with Disney. Now, after going to Disneyland for like 15 times over the course of 3 years, I finally thought to myself, like, oh, well, I wonder what else is within the Disney empire. And because I work for Disney, I actually got a chance to go on a Disney cruise. Now, let me tell you guys, for as much as I love Disneyland, that when I stepped on foot onto a Disney cruise ship, it blew my mind how beautiful these ships were. It blew my mind the theming and the immersion detail that these ships offer. These ships are like floating Disney theme parks. You have your hotel that's included, which is your room. Your meals are included. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks in between. And room service too. Complimentary room service. You have entertainment, whether that be water slides, whether that be fun little workshops that they do, whether that be evening shows, whether that be game shows, trivia games that they do. You have it filled to the brim with activities. And then on top of that, as you are on the ship, it is taking you to different parts of the world. Fun, gorgeous parts of the world. On the 2 Disney cruises that I went on, me and my friends and my family, we went to the Bahamas, and we went to the Florida Keys, and we went to the Grand Cayman Islands. Now, some people might not enjoy port adventures or whatever, but it's totally okay, because you can just stay on the ship and continue to enjoy the ship while everyone else is out on shore. And that's totally fine, because there's more than enough things to do. Now, how does this compare to the Disney parks? Well, going to a Disney park, you are just surrounded by rides, you're surrounded by attractions, you're surrounded by, the whole Disney experience, and that's fantastic. But the Disney cruise offers a few critical benefits that you don't get to enjoy in the parks. Number 1, your room is within a 5 to 10 minute walking distance, and you can just access that whenever you want. You don't have to carry a backpack with you wherever you go. You're not worried about where you're going to leave your belongings on rides, whether or not things are safe, because you and your family or your friends will have the room to yourselves, and it'll be a beautiful, gigantic room where you can house all your clothes. You can just take a shower or a nap whenever you want. You can just drop off and just go take a nap whenever you want. I absolutely love it. Even the best Disney World hotels can't get you from one of the parks to the room within that span of 5 to 10 minutes. Even if you took the monorail, it wouldn't get you from the Magic Kingdom to your room that quickly. The other thing I love, food. Now, let's be real. When you go to a Disney park, chances are you're going to be there for almost the entire day. From opening to maybe close. Maybe you might be one of those people that have a hotel room on property. And if that's the case, it's a little easier to relax a little bit. But chances are, if you're trying to maximize that day at the parks, you're there from almost opening to somewhere at night. And during that time, you gotta eat, you gotta drink. Well, guess what? That's all taken care of for you on a Disney cruise. You don't have to worry about food, you don't have to worry about snacks or drinks. Everything of that nature is included unless it's alcoholic. You have soda fountains whenever you want. You have quick service meals whenever you want. You even have sit-down dining during all the meal times. You have a buffet that you can go to at any time. And best of all that food is included into the price of your Disney cruise. Now, the last thing I absolutely love about Disney cruise is the ship itself. The ship is absolutely beautiful and filled to the brim of entertainment for you and your family who's going, or your friends. And that's kind of true of the Disney parks too. There's something for everyone at the Disney parks. Well, that's true on the Disney ships even more so, because they have areas that's only meant for adults. They have areas that's only meant for kids. They want you to have the most stress-free and relaxed environment that you could possibly have. They have workshops. They have trivia games. They have contests. They have all the amenities that you would find on board a ship, the pools, the jacuzzis, basketball courts, arcades. They got everything for you, and that's not even including the live entertainment that they provide for you every single night. They got shows for you of either Broadway shows, magic shows, comedy shows, you name it. So when I truly think about what's been the best Disney experience, it has been a Disney cruise. And the last cherry on top for a Disney cruise is if you're going to the Bahamas, if you're going to the Caribbean, you have Castaway Cay. Castaway Cay is probably the best piece of property Disney owns. Let me explain why. Castaway Cay is meant only for Disney cruise guests. What that means is, whenever you go to Castaway Cay, rest assured, you're going to be the only people on that island. You have the entire gorgeous, pristine island to yourself. That means crystal clear sands, crystal clear waters, white, beautiful sands of the beaches. You have peace and quiet at an adult Serenity Bay area. Let the kids go off to their special part of the island, because they have a kids only section, they have a teens only section, and then they have the general family section. But wow, Castaway Cay, it is a place that's meant for Disney guests and Disney guests only. I absolutely love it, and to me, it's the closest thing to heaven on earth that you could ever experience. So, having said all that, I love the parks. Disney World, Disneyland, Hong Kong Disneyland, Disneyland Paris. I love them all. I love it. But when somebody asks me, what should my next Disney vacation be? Whoa. There's only really one option I truly recommend to anyone, no matter what. And that is a Disney cruise.